Hello and welcome to Friday's second edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got a treat for you. A treat for you on a Friday, because this puzzle on the screen is by none other than the Dutch master Ard van de Wetering. So yeah, brand new puzzle from Ard. It's just come in. Testers have had a look at it and say it's just absolutely everything you'd expect from, I think, well, he must be the most popular constructor in the world of Sudoku. It's called Who's Afraid of 13, this puzzle, and it has quite simple rules, although the tester did right to say that they'd had to complicate the rules by defining what point symmetric meant. I think, yeah, so there's a rule in this puzzle that says point symmetric digits always sum to 10. So those two, I think, are point symmetric, aren't they? And we sort of know what that means, but actually defining it has led to an extra paragraph of rules. But anyway, well, I'll read you the rules, which are very simple, in a moment or two's time. And apparently this is about 2 stars out of 5 for difficulty on Logic Masters. So it should be an awful lot of fun and not too taxing. Certainly in the history of puzzles I've done this week, I've done some monstrously difficult puzzles this week. So this might be some light relief. Now, I also did a crossword video earlier. So if you're interested in cryptic crossword solving, do check that out. Wonderful puzzle today in the Times by an old friend of Mark's and mine, John Grimshaw. And I do a little bit of a recap as well about last weekend's Times Crossword Championship. So for some of you, that may be worth a watch. What else can I tell you about before we kick off? There's a few things going on. In fact, there really are quite a lot of things going on in and around the channel. So let me try and just trot through those. On Monday, we're going back to streaming. There's some blueprints streaming going on then. So that's 10 p.m. UK time on Monday evening. So if you're interested in our streaming efforts, such as they are, that's happening then. We're actually in the Wall Street Journal. We're going to be doing a weekly thing in the Wall Street Journal puzzle section, where we're going to be recommending 2 puzzles to them, and we've just done the first sort of, the premiere has happened. So there are 2 puzzles in the Wall Street Journal. One we actually created specially for them, and one that we recommended to them by none other than the young phenom from Turkey, Can Ertuğran, and that's going to be a regular thing. So isn't it fantastic that such a mainstream newspaper is recognizing how wonderful these puzzles are? I think it's tremendous. All credit to them. And yeah, there's going to be 2 puzzles every week that we've curated for them. So that's really exciting. What else can I tell you about? Well, there was the Numberphile video. I should mention that. So little old Cracking the Cryptic has made an appearance in Numberphile. That's come out a day or so ago. So talking about potato heads, wonderful anti-knight theorem, sort of building on Fistemafel for those of you into your Sudoku theory. But, you know, just a complete privilege and pleasure for us to be even associated with Brady Haran's Behemoth. I'm sure that's a channel many of you have watched for years. Certainly we have. Let's have a look at how the competition's going over on Patreon as well. This is the Skunkworks Sudoku hunt for the month of October. So the closing date's the 20th, so still plenty of time. And whoa, so I think we're going to hit 1,000 solvers of all 68 puzzles. Isn't that incredible? Way over 2,000 solves for the first puzzle. Astonishing, absolutely astonishing. Well done to everybody who's taking part. Yeah, it's not long now. So, but you still, if you haven't started, there's loads of time. They're all 5x5 puzzles. So although 68 sounds a lot, you'll be able to dash them off one after the other. And 70 different Sudoku authors involved in that pack. So huge credit to the Skunkworks on creating something so fantastic. Yeah, so that's over on Patreon. What else? Because there are even other things as well. On the app side, obviously we've got a couple of new Sudoku apps out just in the last month or so. Fistmafel's Worm app and Juggler's Worm app. and we are imminently going to be releasing something really rather fantastic. So one of our oldest apps is a classic Sudoku app, which featured handmade classic Sudokus. I mean, it is unique in the pantheon of Sudoku apps out there. There's zillions of Sudoku apps, and with the greatest amount of respect, they're almost all deeply flawed, because they feature millions of computer generated puzzles. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you will know that handmade puzzles are just, so superior. So years ago we released a pack, or an app, of classic Sudoku, and we have finally got ourselves into gear, and we are releasing a sequel to that. And let me tell you, these puzzles are just extraordinary. So we've teamed up with two just giants of the Sudoku community to make this app, so that it features our own puzzles. It features puzzles by the Japanese company Niccoli. Now, if you've ever looked at a Niccoli book of classic Sudoku, you will know just how good these puzzles are. They're just amazing. They're amazing. And then we've also got lots of puzzles in the app by Sam Kappelman-Lynes. And I don't know how Sam has done this, but loads of the puzzles that Sam has made feature completely new, ideas, completely new things. I've never seen them before. So Sam has sort of capped off the app with just a series of puzzles that are just extraordinary. So yeah, this is coming out very soon, and we hope that you're going to be excited about it. So keep an eye on wherever you get your apps from, because it is incoming very shortly. Now, what else? Birthdays. Let's do the birthdays. Now, the first birthday, we had two different messages in for Amy today, and I think it's the same Amy. So Amy, if you're out there and it's your birthday, and you know Susie and you know Tammy, they both wrote to us to say what a wonderful human you are. You're kind, with a generous heart, a creative spirit, and a wicked sense of humour. So Amy, many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake is fantastic and properly iced. The other birthday for today is Andy. Andy, your girlfriend Sienna wrote to us and said that you find the videos relaxing, and could we wish you a happy birthday? Of course we can. Happy birthday, Andy. I hope it's a good one, and I hope that the cake is properly calorific. With all that said and done, quite a bit of news today. I think I've forgotten things as well, but I don't know what those things are. So let's have a look at Who's Afraid of 13 by the great Ard van der Wetering. The rules of this one are as follows. We have got normal Sudoku rules applying, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. The sum of two orthogonal neighbours is at most 13, i.e. no domino in the grid can sum to more than 13. So that's a 9, so this square can't be 5, because 9 add 5 is 14, and 14 is more than 13. There is a knowledge bomb for you from Cracking the Cryptic. So in fact, not only can't this be 5, it can't be 6, 7, 8 either. That would make that domino there add up to too much. So yeah, I mean, if you're not familiar with the word orthogonal, it just means two cells that share an edge. So these are not orthogonally connected, but any domino is the way that rule applies. Now there's one more rule. The sum of two point symmetric cells is always 10. Point symmetric cells are pairs that are mirror images of each other across the exact centre of the 9x9 grid. Brackets, the middle of the central 3x3 box. So the very centre of this cell is the very centre of the grid. It then says, i.e. rotating the grid 180 degrees around this central point maps a cell directly onto its symmetric partner. So for example, row 7 column 1, its symmetrical partner, let me think about what I think, it should be that one, shouldn't it? And does it say it's that one? Yes, it says it's row 3 column 9. Yeah, so those two digits in the grid sum up to 10. Everything that's symmetrical. So that one and that one sum up to 10. That one and that one sum up to 10. Yeah, there's quite a few things I can see straight away then. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So I think we've been given some things here, haven't we? Because the symmetrical counterpart of that cell, rotate the grid 180 degrees around the middle of that cell there. That's going to end up there, isn't it? So that's a 1, I think. 6 must go to there. That's a 4. 6 must go to there. That's a 4. Right, that might be as much as we can do straight away. Now, well, there's another point here, isn't there, to do with the nature of the number 10 and the number 5, I think. So we're going to be able to write 5 into the middle of the grid. If you can't see why that is, just pause the video and take a moment to mull it. I think you'll understand, but it's probably worth doing. So why do I think I can write 5 into the middle of the grid? Well, it's the problem of placing 9 5s in this grid. 9 is an odd number, and 10. So wherever the 5, let's say this was a 5. Obviously then, this is going to be a 5, isn't it? So 5s pair up in order to add to 10. And we compare 8 of the 5s together, because they can be across from one another. But where are you going to put the 9th 5? Where are you going? Once you've got several pairs of 5s in the grid, oh, that's a terrible choice. Once you've got several pairs of 5s in the grid, you're going to come to the 9th 5. And you can't put it anywhere that's going to require a 10th 5, because there are only 9 5s in Sudoku. So the way you're going to escape from that problem is by putting the 9th 5 in the middle. And that must be where it goes. So it sort of rotates onto itself. We can think of it that, and it becomes double 5, adding to 10, and then it's quite happy. So hang on. So what else do I get from this rule set? I'm not sure actually. so now probably what we have to do is to think about. Well, let me just mull this. So no domino can sum to more than 13. What's that called? Triskaidekaphobia or something? It's the fear of 13. Right, so 9 is going to be the most difficult digit, or the most constrained digit, because its partners have to be 1 to 4, basically. So that digit is under pressure. 6 is under a tiny bit of pressure, because 6 can't be next to 8s and 9s. So we start here, do we? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Oh, no, it's clear. Sorry. All you do is ask where 9 goes in the middle box. I haven't seen that. And obviously it can't go in its column. And it can't go next to 5s or 6s. So I think that has to be 9. That's a relief, actually, because I wasn't seeing immediately. Oh, and then hang on. Hang on, because when you put the 9 in, whenever we put any digit in, we're going to have to remember to put its symmetrical counterpart in. Oh, okay, so it's fine. Yeah, but now we ask where 8 goes in the middle box. This is the thing about ARD. ARD's puzzles are always, well, almost always, they are tractable once you get the right idea going. So where's 8 in the middle? It can't go next to 9. It can't go next to 6. 8 and 6 is 14. That's too many. So that's 8. That must be opposite 2. And these squares are 3 and 7. And you can't put the 7 next to the 9. It would add up to too many. So there we go. We've done a box straight away. Now I suspect it's going to get harder, but that might be wrong. 9 by Sudoku, it's in one of these 3 cells, but it can't go next to 7, can it? So 9 is in one of these 2. 6 maybe? No, not quite. 6 in box 8. It can't be in a domino where the 9 is, because if the 6 was here, this would be the 9. They would add up to 15, wouldn't they? So we can remove, I think 6 is in one of those cells. Now, here's another question. When we pencil mark the 9 here, should we pencil mark the 1 there, or is that overkill? I think I'll try and not do that, just in the interests of sanity. I'm going to think about 8 in this box, I think, because 8 can't go on the 9 domino, 8 can't go next to 7, and 8 can't go next to 6. I mean, I don't know how he comes up with these patterns, but this... Right, and that's being an 8. I will put in the symmetrical digit that adds up to 10 with it. That would be madness not to do that. Okay, so we... Oh, and a 6... So we get the 8 down here. Now we can't put the 9 next to it. So that's got to be 9, which means this has got to be 1. Now we can't put the 6 here because that would be too big. And where's the 7 in this box? That presumably is very difficult to put in now. 7 can be next to 6, but it definitely can't be next to 8 or 9. So 7 is in one of 2 places, perhaps. Is there any distinction between those? Not seeing it. I think it can go here. Those would add up to 13. That's okay. So 7 is in one of those 2 cells, I think. Okay. And how do we deal with this? So, oh, I see. Yeah. Now we ask where 6 is in the middle column. Because again, if 6 is in a domino with an 8, it's no good. Because the domino will add up to 14. That's too many. So 6 has to be in one of these 2 cells, which means it's here. And now it's... Oh, and now I've got now I've got to put the opposites in. So that's a 4, that's an 8, that's a 2. That's a 6 by Sudoku, so that's a 4. And now what are those digits then? 3, 5, 7. We can't put 7 next to 9. We can't put 5 next to 9, so that's a 3. Okay, that's good. And 3 must be opposite 7, so we go up here, do the 7, and now we've got 5 and 3. Oh, 5. We can't put 5 next to 9, so we know the order. 5, 3, 5 must be opposite 5, 7 must be opposite 3, and we've done 3 columns of the grid, and that's been relatively doable. Okay, now is it going to get hard now? I'm not sure. Right, okay, well let's be logical. No, I'm not going to be, am I? I'm going to try and do things that I shouldn't do. I was going to say let's focus on 9s. That must be what we have to do. Yeah, okay, I'm going to try 9 here. Because it can't go next to 6 or 7 or... Oh yeah, well that's a good place to start. It goes there. Okay, so that was the place to look. So this is a 1 by the 10-point symmetry thing. Now, where's 9 in... Can't go next to 8, can it? I think I will pencil mark 9s. What about up here? Can't go next to 6. 3 places again. That's slightly surprising. 9 is in one of 2 places. Can't go next to 8 in box 9. Okay, let's try 9. Can't go next to 5. Oh no, that's no good. 3 places in box 3. What about here? Can't go next to... Oh no, no, no. Horrible. That's weird. I think 9's got an absolute multitude, a p pentomino's worth of places it can go to in box 6. That is slightly worrying. Okay, let's try 8. So 8 can't go next to 9, it can't go in its own row, and it can't go next to 6. So 8 is a bit restricted. It's not restricted enough though, is it? Wow. Okay. It must be high digits, mustn't it? I feel like it must, but I can't immediately sense how this is going to unwind. You can't put 8 next to 9. Does that matter? I still think one of those could be an 8, providing the 9 was far enough away from it. Maverick's flying over. Hello, Maverick. I don't know. I'm not even really feeling how I'm going to pencil mark the 8s. It's not 7 down here, is it? Nearly, actually. 7 down here is slightly restricted. It can't go in its own row, and it can't go in a domino with an 8, and it can't go next to 9 ever. So 7 is in one of those 2 cells. Okay. And then 5? I mean, 5 can't go next to 9, but I'm really scraping the barrel here. 5 has to be in one of those, but 5 can go next to 8, I think. So I think this could be 5, 8. So 5 is over there, but that's fine. 5s and 8s can go next to one another. Golly, have I not done a... I've probably not done a symmetry. No, there's no symmetry to be done. Or is there a reason? Oh, I tell you what I haven't thought about. Is there some reason that, for example... I'm not sure there is. I might be wrong about what I'm going to say here. But I almost feel like the low digit symmetry is almost not going to ever matter. Because providing I've remembered to duplicate the digit on the other side of the grid that corresponds to the 10 addition, I feel, and this may be wrong, so for example, if I was to put a 2 into one of those, you know, I could then, I'd get a 2 in one of those, but that's just going to be the mirroring of the 8 that I've got. I already know is over here. I don't think that's going to help me. I don't think it is. Okay. So, what is it that I'm missing? Or is it just that I need to be continue to be diligent about pencil marking? It could be that. But this box feels horrible. I don't want to pencil mark 8s in there. It can't be restricted. It just can't. 8's up here. Can't go there. I suppose 8... No, 8 can't go next to 6. So 8 is very mildly restricted in box 1. 4 places. Which would be interesting if 8 was also restricted here, but I don't think it is. Okay. Golly, I've got no clue then. 6. What is it I'm meant to do? 7s? Is it 7 somewhere? I think 7 can go in all of those positions. 7's here. Go any... Well, it can't go there, I suppose, but I mean, that's not going to be enough. And 7's here. I suppose... No, you couldn't put 7 there anyway. You can't put 7 in a domino with a 9. That is true. Oh, there you go. Wow. Okay, where's 7 in box 9? Right. It can't go here. Assuming this pencil mark is right, which it looks right, I can't put 7 in a 9 domino. I can't put it next to the 8 because that would make a 15 domino. So 7 is down here, and that means 7 is not there. So it is there in box 7. And therefore this one is a 3. And now this can't be an 8, look, because that would make a naughty domino. So with no naughty dominoing, this is an 8. Which means that this is a 2. Bobbins, I got interrupted. I got a call from Mark. I thought I'd better take it actually, because I'm recording this video at the time. I'd pre-arranged the crossword video to go live while I was recording this video, because I've got more to do this afternoon, and I was worried the crossword video had a problem, so I actually picked up Mark's call. And oh goodness, okay, and I've just come back to it now. I haven't got a, what on earth was I doing? Okay, I put 8 in there and put 2 in up there because it's those two add up to 10. Right. Okay. So what do we do now? I can't remember what I was doing at all. 8 in that box, is that restricted? No, is the short answer to that. One of 4 places, I think. I've basically not got to put any high digits. Oh no. No, that's fine. 5 can go next to 8. That is not a problem. Oh goodness, I don't know what to do. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, but I also don't think it's entirely my fault. Anyway, what should we do? 7 is in the same cells up there that 9 is. But the thing is, those can never touch one another, obviously, because they're in that sort of weird diagonal pattern. So I doubt that's going to be important. 8 in this box, can't go there. Can't go next to 7. Still got 3 places it can go in, I think. And again, I think all of those are absolutely fine. I mean, that digit by Sudoku has become a little bit more tricky to put in the sense that it can't be 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So that is 5 or 6, which means that is 5 or 4. But if we're going to start pencil marking individual cells, that is a terrifying proposition, I think. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, let's carry on with let's try 7s maybe in this box. Is that somehow restricted? 7's in this box. It looks like that should be restricted, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. Am I missing? Is there something obvious here that I'm missing? That's weird. I mean, I think 7 can go in all 4 of those places. I think. I mean, the 8s have got 4 places. The 9s have got 3 places. Am I going crazy? Is there? The 6s can't. 6 can't go next to 8. Oh, 6 can't go next to 9 either. Yes, it's probably some sort of weird trick across a box, isn't it? Could even be Sudoku, you know, because those are all the high-digit possible positions in box 4. So those digits have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 can't go next to 9. I don't love that though. I'm really not convinced by it. And then 7 up here. Again, I think it's got so many possible positions. 6. Okay, 6 cannot go next to 9, so 6 has got 3 positions up here. Why have I pencil marked? Why have I got a 4 pen? What's the point of doing 4 pencil marks? They aren't restricted at all. Actually, 4 and 3 are both up here. It's not Sudoku, is it? Is there some sort of weird Sudoku-y trickery thing? 3 and 4 are up here, so I can only have... I can't have more than one high digit up here, so I can have a 6 or an 8, I think, but not both. So actually I could never have both anyway, because 6 and 8 can't be together. That wouldn't work. Oh dear. Well, I blame Mark. I blame Mark for the fact I can't see what to do at all. Okay. Well, how do I even approach this? Is there something obvious? Ah, no. No, that what I was about to say is such absolute bobbins. It's so nonsensical. I refuse to even enunciate what went on in my brain. Okay, if that was 7, one of these would have to be 8, and then we couldn't put 9 there. So if that was 7, this would be an 8-9 pair, and then we'd have to put 8 and 9 in those cells. I think that's okay. Golly gosh, what's going on then? Oh, does it matter? I've got a 5 pencil mark down here. So presumably that means 5 in box 3 is in one of those two, which means 5 in this box is in one of those 3. Can we put... I mean, this box has just become absolutely ridiculous, hasn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. Or is there some wider point that I'm... It must be 9s. I refuse to believe it's not 9s. Hang on. So what is going on with 9s then? Is there some trick that I'm just... I mean, it's going to be... I'm going to have missed something like 9 can't go there because, you know, it's across a domino in an unpleasant position. That's what I think I'll have missed. There, I've said it. If no, I don't know. I really actually don't know. 6. If, goodness me, or is it Sudoku? 1, 6, 7. I don't know actually. I mean, that's something I've definitely shied away from, isn't it? I have not even attempted to sort of pencil mark individual cells. I just presumed it would be irrelevant because there's so much symmetry. 1, 3, 4, 9. I mean, it can't be worthwhile, can it, to note that these are from 1, 3, and 4. And I suppose what you'd get then is where, so that one and that one. 1, 3, and 4, 9, 7, and 6. Oh, yeah, okay. That's that. Oh, it's going to be that. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. That's put a totally different complexion on the puzzle, and one that I had not really even thought to investigate actually. So what I've noticed is I've got 9 in this domino here. So I've got loads of digits approximately placed in this row, or actually placed. So these by Sudoku are from 1, 3, and 4, but that one can't be 3. So this has come right down. So that's only able to be 6 or 9 by the funny rule. That one, 6, 7, or 9. So this cell, because it picked up a bit of Sudoku-age, actually, so maybe I should do that cell as well, because that sees 4, which is not in this panoply. So that digit is 1, 3, or 9 by Sudoku. So its equivalent over here is 1, 9, or 7. So does that mean anything? There is a question. The answer to that... Oh, wait a moment. I've got an 8 down here, and I've got 8s pencil marked here. That doesn't look right. Oh, well, that's it. Oh, that's because when I got interrupted. Oh, Mark. Yeah, so I think when I got interrupted, I put that 2 in, and I put that 2 in because it was opposite this 8. Now, look, if I get rid of 8 from here, where's 8 in this box now? Is it only in those 2? So 8 is not in these 2. Ah. So... Oh, that's it. That's done it. Well, it has done it. It's done something. I don't know if it's a useful thing, but yes, okay. I think what I've done down here is a little bit relevant, because what I'm now seeing is if we just focus in on 8 in box 1, it's in one of 2 positions. I think it definitely can't have a 7 or a 9 between. Because this 7 or 9 here would touch an 8 in one of those 2 positions. So that has to be a 1. Which means that has to be a 9. That's the corollary. So there's no 9s here. That is not a 9. Now, how do we take that forward is the next question. So we've now got 8 in one of those, which I didn't have that before. I didn't know that was the case, which is going to restrict that digit, but that digit doesn't seem to have any big numbers pencil marked into it. So okay, yeah, this box is where the magic is. Okay, and I'm totally blaming Mark for this. Naughty Mark. Okay. If we look at those digits, I know I've got 3 and 4 up here, so I've only got 1 of 6 and 8. If I've got either of them, but I definitely don't have 6 in this position. I'm not even sure that's going to do anything actually. But it might do. It might do. If this was a 6, you see this would be a 9 then. So this would be a 6, this would be a 9. And now 8 in the box has to go there, I think. Because if that's 6, this is a 3 or a 4 in the corner, because 3 and 4 are definitely in 2 of those 3 cells. So if that's 6, this is 8 and this is 9. I don't think there's anywhere in the box to put 7. 7 can't go next to 8 and it can't go next to 9. So there's nowhere for it to go. So that must be a point that we can generalize. Well, what it means is that's not a 6. That's definitely true. Now, so what, if anything, does that mean? Well, hang on, yeah, there is something going on here, because if you look at these 3 cells and ask what they can actually be, 2 of them are 3 and 4. 5 can't go in here because I've got a 5 pencil marked here, so that's not valid. So there is a 6 or an 8 in there. We've just proved that 6 can't go here. So the only digit that can go in there is 8, and the only place that the 8 can go is there. That's weird, isn't it? That is a weird deduction. I'm not even sure that's going to do anything, though. Please do something. That means this is not an 8, apparently. So 8 is in one of these 2 now. Does that matter? Maybe not. Well... Oh, it does. No, it really does. Yeah. Okay. There is definitely an easier way to see what I've seen here. But look at this row now. I've got to put 6, 7 and 9 into it. Has this been available for all time? Because this domino can't have a 9 in it. It's impossible. Yeah, that's the easier thing to do, isn't it? Let's just go back. Yeah, so I could have done that at this point. In fact, let's go back even further. The moment... Yeah, so the way to solve this super efficiently at the moment where I got interrupted is to note that 8 is in one of these, to pop 1 in here as the only valid option. So we could have done that. And then before I did any of this jiggery-pokery around the 8 there, I could immediately, the moment I got this 1, I could have looked along this row. And I could have looked at this domino and said, ah, well, that can't have a 9 in it, because it will therefore add up to too much. So the 9 in the row must disappear over here. This has to be 6, 7, and we know the order. So that's huge. 6 comes out of here, 6 comes out of here, 7 comes out of here. 9 in this box has 1 position only left. So 9 goes there, 9 goes there. 8 seems to only have 1 place left in this box, and what I haven't done as a result of all of these deductions is put in all my equivalents, so I should really do that, shouldn't I? So 8 is opposite a 2, 9 is opposite a 1, 7 is opposite a 3, 6 is opposite a 4, 3, 4, this is a 1, and we should have symmetry in the patterns, and we do at this point, so that's good. Now let's tidy up our pencil marks and see. So 6 can't go there, it would be next to 8, that's too big. So 6 goes here, that's opposite 4. 9 goes here apparently by Sudoku, so this is a 1. 9, oh, how many 9s have I got? All of them. Okay, 8s, not all of them. Not all of them. 8 is in one of these too. Don't know if we know which is correct, but presumably, well, yeah, no, nearly. I thought I might be able to do something with 7 in this box, but no. And what are these winged digits? They must be a 3-7 pair, just to complete that row. We know they're a 3-4 pair, don't we, by Sudoku, so we know these are a 2-5 pair by Sudoku. So this is a 7-8 pair by Sudoku. These digits are 5 and, I want to say 6, but that could be wrong. So the opposites of 5 and 6 are going to be 4 and 5. These two squares are 2 and 3. And yeah, there's going to be some pinch point in the grid. It's probably going to be 5 that's going to have to act as the arbiter. 5 and 9 somewhere, but all the 9s are really well shielded now by ones. It's a very cleverly constructed grid, this. If you look at all the 9s, they're sort of very carefully surrounded by very low digits. Okay, so is it... I don't know. Let's carry on doing our pencil marking anyway. 5, 8, 6, 7. And... where is the... oh, here. There. You can't put 9 next to 5, so that becomes 2, that becomes 5. Resume... yeah, that does things. 5 and 4. Put in the equivalents. 5 and 6. 2 and 5 means that's 5, that's 8. So this is 8 now, so this is 2. That seems to fix the 7 and the 3. This is 8, which must be opposite 2, 3, 7 here. 6 is there, so that's a 4. That's a 4, whoopsie, 4, 3, 6, 7. Okay, I think we're there. And that's been an unimpressive solve. Let's agree that. But it was a bit because I got interrupted. I actually got interrupted at the most terrible stage, because I got interrupted exactly where. I think if I hadn't got interrupted, I would have got that 1 fairly. Oh, would I have done? I think I would. And then I would have thought about that row, and that was crucial, wasn't it? You didn't need to do the stuff I did there with the 8. That was overcooking. That was over egging the pudding. Anyway, let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Crypt.